So hi everybody, this is a different video from the branch. We've been told by our deaf and hard of hearing members that we haven't done enough to support them, and so today I wanted to be interviewed by one of our deaf members and the person who's taken lead on the branch's new deaf and hard of hearing members WhatsApp group. So Shane's here today, and Shane is going to ask me some questions about the proposed deal, about the union and what it is that we do locally and what we can do for our deaf members, and anything else he wants to ask me about. So you won't really see me in this video. The hearing members will hear my voice, but for everybody else you'll just see Shane and Shirley translating. So thanks for tuning in, and this is now over to you, Shane.
Thank you. Thank you, Ralph. Wow, what a great opportunity this is. Got some questions to ask you today. It's important for deaf people to have information. So what's been happening with this £900, a lump sum I've heard about?
Okay, so when we were negotiating the deal, there's a lot of things in that deal that a lot of our members are unsure of or don't like. And because of the financial position of the company, it was difficult for us to persuade Royal Mail to find some new money. What we did discover is that there was a pot of money being held in a special kind of an account that was basically money put aside for a rainy day by Royal Mail in case our old pension scheme got into trouble. Now, because the old pension scheme has closed and it didn't get into any trouble, that money, which is Royal Mail's money and not part of the pension fund, the union argued that if our members were going to agree to some difficult change in the workplace, then rather than that money going to the shareholders, it should go to all of us. So the company had to get some legal people to approve that, and that's why it's taken a long time, and we were only able to give the news on Friday. But we've been trying to negotiate this for about 6 months now, and we now know that that money is going to be worth at least £900 for everybody. Now that might be a bit more than 900, but it won't be any less. And the money is currently due to be paid at the end of September if we agree the new pay deal, although the union is trying to bring that date forward so we can get that money even more quickly if that's possible. I think the important thing is that this is part of the pay deal, and on Friday there are a whole load of joint statements that came out about how we fix some of the problems in order to get the new pay deal to come forward. So it is so our deaf and hard of hearing members do have to understand that this isn't separate to the pay deal, it's part of the pay deal, even though it wasn't in the stuff we originally sent out a couple of months ago.
Okay, fabulous. Hope that's clear for everyone. I have another question. It's important for deliveries, because I know their times, they might be changing. Can you explain more about that?
Yes. So look, Shane, and I think everyone in the union has to be really honest that what's happening in deliveries is the most difficult and complicated part of the agreement. For a lot of members in deliveries, the most important thing for them about their working life is what time they finish work. So we understand that anything that happens that changes that is going to be really, really painful for those people. Royal Mail, because of the plans that they have, had decided that what they needed to do was to take the mail off aeroplanes and put it onto the road. So there are a few different reasons for that. Some of it was to do with the environmental agenda. Some of it was due to capacity, because mail volumes are growing but aeroplanes stay the same size. But being honest with you, Shane, and being honest with all our deaf and hard of hearing members, mostly it was because it saves Royal Mail an awful lot of money. Now, Royal Mail had taken the decision that they were going to close a whole load of the airports next year, and they did that by something that's called executive action. So that's where they just decide to do something and don't negotiate it with us. So I think the thing that the deaf and hard of hearing members have to understand in deliveries is that those aeroplanes are stopping flying whether or not we do a deal with Royal Mail. And that will mean that the mail goes into mail centres and goes into delivery offices later, no matter what. Now what? Yeah. Now,
Okay, yeah, that's going to affect the times, yes.
But what the deal does, though, is it gives us an element of control over how much that changes our members' lives in delivery offices, but also, of course, in the mail centre, because it does affect your jobs as well. And what we've managed to persuade the company is that instead of moving delivery times 3 hours later, which was their original plan, we've persuaded them that we think it's possible to change them by no more than an hour. They have reserved the right, if we can't make it work, to move it by as much as 90 minutes. But our branch don't think that that's going to be necessary, certainly in the PL postcode area down here. Now, for all of our members in deliveries, the union have released a portal on the website which will allow them to put the office that they work in, and that will tell them 2 different, what we call indicative finish times. So one of which will be if we manage to keep them to the hour, which is what we think will happen. And then the other one is what happens if it goes for the full 90 minutes. Now these figures though, Shane, are based on Royal Mail's modelling of the information without real too much input from the union. And we believe in our branch that once we get hold of that, even the hour won't be the end of it, because I believe that when your union reps in the processing hall, the distribution people who drive the lorries, or in the delivery offices, once the union reps get a hold of this, they're going to be able to show the ways Royal Mail's information is wrong and move those start times even lower. And I'm confident that when the reps get involved in this, it's not going to be as bad as it seems on the face of it. But
oh, that's fabulous. That's really good. And hopefully that's clear to everyone.
One thing though, I need to make sure that everybody understands this, because lots of people are really mad about the finish times and it might affect how they vote. And I think the thing that everybody has to understand is that however disappointing this is, we're not in a position where the choice is between everything staying the same or this deal comes in and changes things. Because whether or not we do
you have to accept some change. You have to have some change. But like you say, 1 hour is not too bad. That's manageable.
Yeah, and there are still provisions within the deal for people who can't move by that hour. Say they have children to pick up from school, or they have caring responsibilities for an elderly relative or a sick partner. There is going to be a provision within that where people who have personal circumstances can ask for like special solutions just for them, in the same way that we've always done, but the company have committed strongly to negotiating that with the union at local level.
Fabulous. So in our small group, we have someone who's in deliveries, but hopefully that's good news for them. So if anyone's got any questions, come forward at a later date with some questions and I can pass that on. I have another question. So this is Ralph, and there is a vote for divisional rep. So if anybody would like to vote for him, please feel free to do so. So today, we've set up this group, and for the deaf community, and also some hard of hearing members as well. But hopefully we can grow from this today, and I'm so pleased that we're all here.
Well, thank you, Shane. I really appreciate that. And from the branch, can I say thank you for volunteering to take a lead on this? I think it's fair to say that for union reps who don't know a lot about deaf culture, we can sometimes forget that there are special issues that need more attention from us. And I think it's really important that the union has people like you come forward to tell us what it is that we need to do for you. And I think I speak on behalf of the whole branch committee when I say we are committed to trying to make sure that we do more things like this for you and for the other deaf members. And that we really look forward to trying to find better ways to keep our deaf members informed. Now, we're not always going to be able to do every video like this. Some of them will still be subtitled because that's something I can do myself when I have to turn things around quickly. But it is a promise that the branch are going to make that where needed, particularly in our bigger events, that where any of our deaf members want to attend but need a signer, we will make sure moving forward that that's always provided. And we're also going to look forward to trying to you telling us what it is that you want from your branch and your union on an ongoing basis. So if there are things that you or any of your colleagues who are deaf or hard of hearing need from the branch, you know where to find me, and we'll do everything we can to do that for you.
And that's great. And Ralph is really keen on supporting us, and that works both ways. And everyone's learning. So yeah, fingers crossed. I really look forward to the future working together. Thank you so much.
Well, I really appreciate that, Shane. And as soon as there's something big,
understand,
as soon as there's something big that our deaf members need to know about, let's do another one of these, and you can ask me some questions about this in a way that people will be able to understand and not have to have it secondhand.
I know you say about the subtitles because sometimes I've seen some of the videos, and I could also translate that as well. So possibly in the future I might be able to do that if people are struggling understanding some of the videos.
Well, that'd be great. So thank you, Shane, and we'll speak soon.
Thank you. Bye bye.